Today, we're going to explore a really powerful shift in how we, as teachers, can work together. We're moving beyond just simple cooperation to something with a much bigger impact for our students. It's this whole journey from just, dividing up tasks to creating a true collective impact through collaborative planning.
Okay, let's just dive right in with this quote from the education researcher John Hattie, because honestly, this is the whole reason we're here. Understanding how to build that efficacy, that shared belief that we can make a difference, it all starts with understanding how we work together.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll lay the groundwork and make sure we're all on the same page with our terms. Then, we'll look at a real-world framework that really puts this into practice. After that, we'll get into the incredible payoff. And finally, we'll give you a kind of blueprint to make this happen in your own school.
Let's get into our first section and clear up two words that people use interchangeably all the time, but they're actually very different. Getting this right is absolutely the first step.
Here it is, the key difference. Cooperation is all about efficiency. It's divide and conquer, right? One teacher makes the copies, another teacher drafts the rubric. It's about getting a task done. Collaboration, though, that's about creation. It's a team wrestling with a tough problem that no single person could solve, and they co-create something totally new together.
Just take a look at this breakdown. In cooperative learning, you'll see the teacher's role is often called an architect. They're carefully structuring all the tasks. But then shift your eyes over to the collaborative side, and you see the role changes completely to a facilitator or a guide. It's a huge shift from designing the path to just creating a space for exploration.
So, with that distinction clear, let's see how this all builds into the International Baccalaureate Framework, which actually hardwires collaboration right into its standards and practices.
Yeah, the IB doesn't just suggest collaboration. They bake it right into their core principles. Effective teamwork and collaboration isn't just a nice-to-have. It's one of the 6 fundamental pillars of their entire teaching approach.
And this is not just lip service. The IB standards actually put some teeth into this by requiring schools to provide dedicated time for collaborative planning. Schools have to prove that their teachers are genuinely working together to design, plan, and deliver a coherent curriculum.
This is just a brilliant example of how structure can drive culture. The IB's primary and middle years programs, with their focus on whole school, transdisciplinary planning, well, they pretty much force collaboration. They create a system where teachers simply can't operate in their own little silos, and that fosters this powerful collective effort across the whole school.
This chart just lays it all out so clearly. On the left, you've got specific IB mandates, like collaborative planning. And on the right, you see exactly how these directly build the conditions for that ultimate goal, collective teacher efficacy. It's a perfect roadmap from requirement to impact.
All right, now let's talk about the payoff. Why is all this effort to get to true collaboration so critical? The answer might actually surprise you.
This number, 1.57, is the effect size of collective teacher efficacy on student achievement. Now, to put that in perspective, a pretty good effect size in education is about 0.40. That's like giving students an extra half a year of learning. At 1.57, we're talking about an impact that is nearly 4 times that. It's an absolutely astronomical figure, making it one of the most powerful levers we have in education, period.
So what is it? Simply put, it's the faculty's shared belief that, together, they can make a real difference for every single student, no matter what's going on outside the school walls. It's the shift from asking, can I make a difference, to believing, yes, we can make a difference.
So how do you get this incredible result? Well, collective teacher efficacy isn't just a happy accident. It's not a personality trait of a school. It's built. And the engine that drives it is the exact kind of meaningful, evidence-based collaboration we've been exploring.
So how can your school build this engine? How do you actually move from theory into practice and foster a real culture of collective efficacy?
Research points to 6 key conditions for building this. It all starts with supportive leadership and a foundation of trust. Of course, but look at what else is here. Collaborative structures and evidence of impact. This is where the magic happens. Teachers need the time and the space to collaborate, and they need to see tangible proof that their work together is making a difference for their students.
And at the team level, a few key mindsets can make all the difference in the world. Cultivating trust, creating a culture where it's actually safe to fail fast with new ideas, and always bringing students into the conversation. Their insights are pure gold.
And one last really vital piece of advice. You have to expect the implementation dip. Anytime you try something new and ambitious, performance might actually get a little worse before it gets better. This is totally normal. You just have to plan for it, support each other through it, and know that the payoff on the other side is absolutely worth the temporary struggle.
So, by moving intentionally from just cooperating to deep, evidence-informed collaboration, you can unlock one of the most powerful forces for improving student learning. It is a journey, for sure, but it's one that creates real, lasting impact. And so, the question I want to leave you with is, what will your first step be?